everyone, welcome to Taiwan is my home. I'm Liao Fangjie. Today the first story we're going to introduce you Federico from Italy. At first he thought pizza is the cuisine of the whole world, so he thought as long as he could make good pizzas he could travel the world. However, unexpectedly, his first stop of traveling the world, he attracted a Taiwanese lady by his good skill of cooking. They fell in love and got married. After he went back to Italy and specialized in cooking, he still decided to come back to Taiwan, starting an undertaking. While he was still young in his kitchen, from the ingredients to the equipment, they're all imported from Italy. He is meticulously pursuing authentic taste.
Andiamo a scuola. San Martino campanaro, suona le campane, suona tu.
Humming a light Italian rhymes, Federico is riding his motorbikes. Among the streets and the valleys in Taipei, just like being in his hometown, he's at ease. I'm Federico. I'm from Italy. I like riding motorbikes. I love my family very much. I love my child very much, and we love to enjoy delicacy. Welcome to my Italian restaurant. The sense of authentic Italian pizza house is from Federico and his wife Ling. 10 years ago started this dream. Federico is born in Verona, Italy, which is the hometown of Romeo and Juliet, a famous love town. Federico didn't find his Juliet at his hometown. Instead, after he came to Taiwan, his love is witnessed by pizza. 10 years ago, they offered me a job in Taipei. The reason I learned how to make pizza, because pizza is global food. I thought if I can make good pizzas, I can travel around the world. Working at a restaurant in world popular spots, I could travel around the world, working at the restaurant. The world dream just started, didn't thought he would stop at the first step. At the beginning of the time, Federico worked in the restaurant in Tianmu. His pizzas is not like American style. Instead, it is kept with Italian flavored. It's crispy but not hard, with a chewy texture. Federico said he loves people's tolerance and friendliness in Taipei, just like now Taipei people love his pizza. For me, a good pizza should have only 2 to 3 ingredients, not too many materials. With too many food materials, you usually don't get the taste of good ingredients. For pizzas, the simpler the ingredients is better. On the tongue, the point is its original taste. 365 days a year, every day Federico wears a white polo shirt with a white apron. From the dough to the oven, he supervises the process carefully. Everything has to follow the traditional Italian method. Of course, his dishes is authentic Italian cuisines. In fact, because many of our ingredients are imported from Italy, our flavor, cheese, and our olive oil, and some of fresh ingredients. Although they are from local Taiwan, we still deal with them with Italian methods. So whether the food is authentic or not, chef cares that a lot. His wife Lynn is also attracted by Federico's fascinated pizza. 16 years ago, Lynn just graduated from a law school. At a New Year's Eve party, met Federico. Later then, Lynn often went to the restaurant where Federico worked to have pizza. They chatted with each other with a fluently English. 9 months dating, Ling decided to follow Federico in Italy, learning Italian delicacy. That time in Italy, after a couple of years, we have saved some amount of money. Then because it's his real passions, his dreams, he wanted to open his own cafe. So the chance came, then we decided to take a risk because we had lived here for such a long time. We didn't have children, so we thought come back to give it a try while still young. Actually, half of the customers in the restaurant are regular customers, and among the customers, there are many foreigners who work in Taiwan, and there are Italians, there are some people from each country. Sometimes when they are looking for the restaurants, they look for some traditional restaurants with authentic cuisines. So here, people who like pizza will come here. In Taiwan, pizza crusts are mostly a bit thicker. Those thickness are just fine. Because here the dough is freshly made, so I think the taste is very nice. The couple dreams jobs of Pizza House started in 2011. All ingredients and spices in the kitchen are entirely imported from Italy. Even oven and large kitchen equipment he spent million NTD, all are shipped from Italy. Dried up the couple's entire saving, just to maintain the authentic Italian cuisine. This is millefigue, a layer of pastry, a layer of cream, a layer of pastry, a layer of cream. And with chocolate chips. Then cover with the last layer of pastry. The desserts I make are all traditional Italian flavors. The cake that I present in front of the customers, its appearance is simple. I know to Taiwanese or to me the most important for something to have good appearance for the desserts I make, although it doesn't look good enough. However, I believe the customers can feel the pure Italian's taste and my sincere heart. What he put a lot of efforts on includes Italian cake and pastry is meticulously pursuing the authentic taste. It makes this married couple have a lot of frustration at the beginning. The hardest time was the operation of the first 3 months because we had no money to make promotion, so we did everything by ourselves, tried to think some methods and to let customers come back. Next, honestly, we're pretty lucky. Some bloggers word about us with their experience with our cafe. They share their blogs, and there are some friends who love to eat Italian food, so they think our dishes are authentic, so they will invite out some other friends. So actually the first year we can only relied on return clients, helped us to hold on. Federico talks about his philosophy of management is take care carefully, lasted long, just like authentic Italian pizza, only with 4 ingredients: water, flour, oil, and salt, knitting with his hands to make this tomato and cucumber pizza with full cheese on top. It looks like a thin layer. But when you taste, Federico said that he has absolute confidence to conquer Epicure's taste. I always said that the secret of my success is I have a lot of patience. I'm happy, to see customers eating what I make. When customers give their compliments, I will feel very happy. I insist to the quality of food. I insist to using the best quality. I think the main secret is I'm patient about my job. Have patience about cuisines, never cut corner to make food in others' eyes. Federico is a bit stubborn. Once some people want to invest his shop to have branch, but he all refused. Federico's reason is simple. He said that he has to focus, and also he didn't want to sacrifice his time with his family because of that.
Foglie, Luca.
Luca,
这 sono le foglie.
这是什么？
树叶、
树叶。啊，爸爸说这是什么
Cosa dice papà? Sono
Papà,
le
cosa ma?
foglie.
叶，
？folie，
Yeah.
它还要
花的
枫叶。
还要 folie
folie
哦，还要再一个哦，
好，
再一个，我们再拿这个。
People say that Verona's Romeo and Juliet's hometown should be a romantic city. However, he's a practical tourist. He could take care of you. For example, he will share the housework with you and he will look after children. Because in the morning, usually it's him taking children to school, and I'll have more time to rest at home, or I could have my personal time. I think actually it's another way to show his consideration and romance. 3 years ago, their son, Luca, is born. Suddenly, they drift their focus from running a pizza restaurant passionately to now they know how to spare their time to accompany with Luca. Their way how Federico educates the child is very Italian too. He thinks besides the textbook, for example, their daily life is more important because family is the closest and longest relationship. Our family is very close with very good family relationship. They are happy because my situation now is stable and is safe because I live in Taiwan together with my wife. My mom never took a plane before, but in order to see her grandson, she took plane from Italy to Taiwan, Taipei. She understands this city too. I believe my parents are happy for me. 5 years opening this cafe, Federico in his Italian craftsman spirit holds the both side of his pizza house and family. Away from his yacht dream, using pizza to travel around the world, however he said his dream is still going on. Every day, his guests in the cafe from various nation friends have let him expose to the whole world. In 1989, Andy was just 25 years old. The first time he came to Taiwan, he was deeply attracted by oolong tea full of flavors. After he went back to USA in Los Angeles, he couldn't find the tea he likes in any way, so he decided to come back to Taiwan to get along with his tea well. With his friend's introduction, he knows Lin, who works in the Lugo township for 35 years, and he started to learn Mandarin from the words like teacup and teapot. And he attended all the process, including brew, collect, and bake, and he even go to the mountain alone to find some small tea farmers who produce Taiwan traditional tea. Successfully, he promotes the tea in Nantou Lugo to the world market worldwide. I'm Andy. I'm from USA. My interest is riding a scooter to the mountains searching tea. In early time, I have found out that there is a special kind of tea in Taiwan. For the past 20 years to now in my life, the most important thing is to learn about tea and simply enjoying this thing and enjoy the local culture here. Ride a scooter alone from Jushan to Lugu. On this date, Andy searched in the Longjing tea town for Taiwan's third-generation tea farmer. Good morning, Chen. It's cold in these 2 days. It's okay. Today's better. Did it snow? Now it's resting. No problem. The time is just right. The last solar term in a year, 15 days after great cold, it's the beginning of spring. Generally, I will cut it like this, about this high, and cut it off. There are 24 solar terms, 12 festival and 12 conditions. There are 24 terms. Yes, I have heard about you talk for this for several years. I still don't understand about lunar calendar well. On regularly visiting the first farmers in Phoenix Village, there is a question in his head. This year's is the warm winter. It grows a bit, but it will still grow, but it's not complete. The leaf won't be very big, so it grows slowly, right? Because the weather is cold. If it's cold, it would be dormancy period, so it won't grow up. Well, we call this winter leaves. Yes, I was just about to ask, did you collect it before? I did collect winter leaves. Really? Collecting winter leaves? You didn't tell me. I still have some. I'll give you later. How many did you get? 53 kilogram dry tea. What Andy is obsessed with is not only the rare winter leaves tea, also Chen's 3-generation tea experience. In this generation, they even provide the resume of tea to assure the quality of tea. The plant tea garden around their house nearby their home, he didn't want to plant far from home, affecting the nature. Their tea farming experience for generations only exists at this place, nowhere else. So the point of environment is to combine the specialty of products. It's an idea of sustainable development. They already have a transparent concept. It's very important to me. The tea I look for is the tea I could introduce to consumers, the resources and the whole situation. Yes, Chen is easy to communicate when we stare at it like this, just like this, blended. I've done this a few times. It's hard. No, just it's tiring to bend over all the time. Some people need to take a rest. I will come help. In every tea-making seasons, tea farmers bend their backs shaking the tea leaves. While they are baking the tea, you have to observe the change of the colors and with the SOP to follow. This traditional family tea shop is Andy's favorite. Handmade, ferment tea. The production is 100 kts a season, unable to compete with the medium automatic tea factory to produce 5 tons of tea. However, there is big difference of the quality. Evaluate to see what level it is. Okay. Give me a test, the good quality in my heart. The tea we attend the contest has a very good quality. Searching tea farmers using ecological farming and getting quality tea with transparent producing process, and often with Mandarin and a cup of tea trying to understand Taiwanese languages. Taiwan tea, the so-called partly fermented tea. Fermented tea, how do you say partly fermented in Taiwanese? The meaning you just said? Fermented? Fermented is fermented. During our fermented period, we don't add other things to let it ferment. You come here without speaking Taiwanese? I can't understand Taiwanese. Don't understand. I could understand this sentence. I really regret that I didn't learn it seriously and early. I couldn't catch your points in the tea factory. Well, if I sell tea to other countries, once I invited him as my translator. In that way, the result they discuss is easy to communicate, and it means that his knowledge to tea is really abundant. In 1989, Andy came to Taiwan for the first time. At that time, he was only 25 years old. He drank Taiwan oolong tea. He was young but deeply loved the tea full of flavors. After going back to America, Andy tried to change his habit of drinking coffee to the habit of drinking tea, unexpectedly brought about his relationship to Taiwan, and it brought about his trip back to searching tea. In 1992, I went back to USA and stayed a year. I was in Los Angeles. I tried to find Taiwanese tea, but I couldn't find the tea I like, so this is one of the reasons why I come back to Taiwan. So when I come back in 1993, I made up my mind to research tea. I told my friends in Taichung that I'm going to the mountain to find tea farmers, buy the tea directly from the tea farmers, and with a Taiwanese Taichung friends introduction, Lin and Andy meet each other. I didn't ask them to prepare, so they are not ready yet. It's simple, just tea. He asked, but he was refused. Meeting Lin, who works in Luko Farmers Association for 35 years, Andy started to learn Mandarin from the words like teacup and teapot, brewing, collect, and baking tea. He participates all the process. Because making tea here, sometimes the weather is very cold and there is a mist. You can see him riding motorbike from Taichung. He's willing to live in the tea factory, and well, I produce tea here. First time we came here, we are here. Here's not the place for making tea, it's the producing the tea. And I also introduced my cousin's place, let him to go to tea factory, and he just lived there. And with his bag, he just slept in the sleeping bag and lived with the tea farmers there. started in 1997 using a website. This is my first time I created a website. It's the first English version website introducing Taiwan's oolong tea. Nobody else did. The tea fragrance finally came out. You smell it, yes. Finally, yeah, smell it. Learning tea, making tea and selling tea at the same time. Andy moved to Zhoushan from Taichung City, tried to be closer to the tea farmers as possible as he can. Just like this, in 20 years, Andy knows well the specialty of each kind of tea and its origin place, its production and making process, and he also takes his advantage of his understanding to Taiwan tea culture to assist Lin, translating all the English flyers about tea over again. Also at this moment, Andy decided to create a new brand to promote the good taste of Taiwan to the world. The representative tea should be the tea that I know that it's not a random tea I found. It's not my interest. My interest is to share my own experience because the experience here makes me make a turn, and gradually I decide to settle down here. Hello, I'm Nick from Canada. Did marketing in Taiwan's IT industry and now marketing of Taiwan's oolong tea globally. Same as Nick, who is deeply attracted by oolong tea garden. He came to Taiwan in 2002. He studies music in Canada. I have more interest in music, and all the time, since I was young, I've been interested in language learning, so I want to go to a country without speaking English to see whether I could learn a different language. Nick came to Taiwan and worked in the technology industry. Later he knew Andy, and he entered the tea town and experienced Taiwan tea culture. Nick describes himself lucky because in order to protect small tea farmers doesn't share with others. I'm so lucky, yes, at that moment, because that time he didn't want to bring someone out to hills I didn't know well, and he wanted to bring me there. He asked me whether I wanted to go to Lugo, Ali Mountain. I just go together, and I said okay, because I like to ride motorbike, riding to the mountain. He trusts me, so he took me up there. Both know their duties well. Andy would go up the hills responsible to search with sustainable concepts in tea farming. Nick, recognized by Andy as a tea farmer, written as a story. My idea this month is our tea club. We add some elements about Lunar New Year to see whether we can make some special designs. In the tea club in February, they didn't have connection in shops with their strict check in the front end. They self-marketing in the rear end. 70% clients are from US and their business is expanded to Switzerland, Spain, Brazil, Russia, and Britain, including famous internet providers, because they will provide food and beverage to their employees. If you work in an internet company, you will have a lot of food to eat, and they will specially find some sustainable development, organic, is more healthy. They happen to be the tea they are looking for. Just search on the internet, they found us and started to contact us, and knowing about our stories and knowing about the origin of our tea, they think it's good. They want to provide tea to their employees. It's lucky. I like it. I think the most interesting, the most distinctive tea, now I think it's very important. The lifestyle that I notice is sustainable development, cooperated. It gave me a confidence to start an entrepreneurship. The brand of our tea. Andy and Nick came to this foreign land from far away with full efforts to maintain Taiwan's tea farmers' products, contributing special products exported from Taiwan, flourishing all around the world. Later, we're going to show you a story about a married couple. The couple cooperated to paint ceramic, even open a cafe. Wang came from Hunan because her husband's family invests in a ceramics factory, so she started to get in touch with ceramic painting. Although she learned oil painting before, but she found out that painting on ceramic is totally different from oil painting. However, she doesn't learn from the master, so she just kept self-learning by herself. Doing ceramic painting, from glazing to baking, every process should be careful. Especially baking, you have to look out all the time at this moment her husband will hold up to protect Wang's ceramic works, and the couple also opened a cafe-themed ceramic painting together. Hold a pencil with a green surface, draw her favorite designs, adding some colors the whole process at once. Because there's many tiny holes in the ceramics, if you stuck it, the plain pottery itself with geese, it wouldn't work. After it's baked, it will fall down. Ceramic painter Wang is good at this kind of delicate paintings, having a gentle look. Her drawing is never slow. One stroke at hand is just like her straightforward characteristics. In using a brush like this thin one, a hook, do it fast in one stroke. If it's broken, the line won't be so clear. The first time I paint, my hand shook badly because I'm used to it. Now I can complete it fast. Wang said that originally she was totally an outsider to ceramic painting. After knowing her husband, she started an inseparable relationship with ceramics. At the first time I got in touch with ceramic painting after I married, my parents-in-law invested a ceramics factory in China. It's also my first job. I worked in their company. Yes, I got in touch with it later after we married. But after we married, I'm mainly in charge of the management of production, from taking order to shipments. After all the production is in charge by me. The real time I started to create is the time after I come back to Taiwan. After I brought my kid to Taiwan, I started to paint. Although Wang learned oil painting for a year, she found out painting on the ceramics is totally a different thing. She didn't learn from the master, all depending on self-teaching and repeating practice. Start all over again and again. So I will know next time when I draw this stroke, how should I put my stroke to get the feeling I want. And when I see it really works, I am full of the sense of achievement. How do you open it? You painted great this time, really? After we painted it, it is sent to bake under 800 degrees to let the color be soaked in. The work after baking is not able to present the full color. You have to glaze it. Stir and glaze the bit because all the things are handmade here. Measure the density of glaze, about 32 degrees to soak it in and take it out. Wipe the glaze at the bottom because it will stick together while glaze touches the oven. Then put it in the oven under 1030 degrees. Every process should be careful. Unlike other creation, you can see the result immediately. With the ceramics, you have to wait. It's glazed. We're just concerned that the problem of splitting inside, suddenly a good work just split. Also the color, if you don't color it right, especially the red color, the color would come out like this. The color will disappear. It peels off. It's nervous. Yes, I will think that whether the thing works is the color I want. Is that the work I want? Long hours waiting. The moment of opening the oven decides its result. Wang said that without her husband's help, she was not able to complete these beautiful works alone. Of course, our works is a teamwork. So she concentrated on finishing it. It affects me because if I was there when I'm baking, there is another problem of baking. The door can't be shut immediately after the ceramic are placed. We have to wait until it reaches about 500 degrees. You can shut the door. Otherwise, the steam in it will come out easily. Think about it. If she paints until midnight, I place them to the oven. I have to wait till it reaches the temperature. I would shut the door and get back to sleep. Husband is forced because sometimes in the midnight I will ask him to bag the ceramics for me. It will affect his sleeping because I'm eager to see my works. Will your husband complain then? Sometimes I give a stinky face. During the process of creating, we could say All sufferings have their rewards. I can say this way, when I see her works later, I'm happy. Although husband nags sometimes, he can still hold up to protect Wang's painting works. Practicing art in life is hoping that everyone could be an artist, the fairy and Peter Pan. Yes. Guess who drew it? Sister did that. Awesome. She's my little assistant. Wang looks young. Actually, she has a daughter studying in the college. Her daughter inherits the art talents from her. She likes painting too. The chin could be shorter. Pull over like this. It came out the feeling of chin. The main reason we came back to Taiwan, that's because our daughter is going to high school. We worried about her. In the Taiwanese school in China, she had to live in the school. We worried about her a lot. A girl living in the school, maybe she might make some bad friends or something might happen in the school. We don't know. Because of the kids' education, we brought our daughter together to Taiwan. At that time, husband had to stay in the factory in China. Wang took her daughter and 2 sons back to Taiwan alone. At that time, the part she couldn't get used to that she lost her goal in life. Fortunately, she devoted herself into ceramic painting and it changed her life. Because of my son's words, he asked me if I can draw a cup of my own. I said, of course. And I just started to have a booth in the department store providing paternity and DIY painting to teach adults and kids to paint on the ceramics for beginners. She always says, don't fear, just try it. It stains everywhere. Yes. You should feel a sense of achievement after you finish it. Yes. Wait a minute and color it. You will get this sense of achievement. Okay, let's start with the coloring. What color do you want? We have a color board. When she creates from the work she makes, actually you can see that how much and how carefully she devotes herself in it. In many parts, like some details or the structures or some aspects of coloring, you can see that she spent a lot of time to pursue perfection. Delicious. Yes. Did you make this by yourself? Myself. Yes. Really? After a while, Wang will make all the things by herself. Now Wang opened a cafe, staring ceramic painting, and the decoration in this cafe and the coffee mugs and plates for customers are all made by herself. However, what she runs as a restaurant is just a menu bothered the couple a lot. Fortunately, Wang's mother-in-law, without a second word, became the menu consultant for them. At beginning, we'll come back often to look for them. Now it's on the track. Actually, when I just came back to Taiwan, every time I make phone call asking my mom how to cook this dish, because I never cooked before, she always will teach me. The first Taiwanese dessert Wang's mother-in-law taught her is pineapple cakes. Wang loves the sour and sweet taste. When she ate it, her mother-in-law told her that this is authentic of Taiwanese taste. My mother-in-law changed me a lot. My life philosophy changed a lot. Because I grew up in the countryside of Hunan, both of my parents are busy for their own stuff. After I got married with my husband and knew my mother-in-law, her attitudes towards everything she does, she is very serious about everything, very devoted. Wang learns how to cook from her mother-in-law. Now this pineapple cakes blended their relationship is the signature products in the cafe. If you said making dishes is the first challenge they passed while they were learning the cafe, the decoration in the cafe is another huge challenge. The first impression is painting these pictures. We're all surprised. We all knew she can paint, but never thought she will blend the whole shop into her creation. So beautiful. This is a big surprise to us because this is a lavender field of Provence. So you should make it brighter, more colorful. So how about emphasize the trees over there? Here? Yes. making the effect of bright and dark. The paintings on the walls are all the creation of their daughter. Husband didn't receive professional training, he still had the talent of painting. At first, he uses charcoal, drawing the beautiful scene of Provence. However, the project is too huge, it's overruled by two ladies in the family, and they just gave up, though starting the world over again. They also asked the carpenter build up the wall, so it's back. They are our draft sketch. Daddy surrendered to the two ladies, but Lin knows that the whole family paint together will make the family closer. I feel that I am proud of myself. Although it's a small cafe, we present this cafe with our ideas. Of course, it's not very perfect, but at least we hope everyone can see the efforts we make. Like this? This is dripping. We have to make it up. A stroke at hand, Wang drew her dream and drew her future plan. Now we have this cafe and our children grew up gradually. Now, in this way, we could make some efforts for this cafe. I think in this way, this is the happiest thing in the world. At first just a girl in Hunan village, now become an art painter. An owner of cafe, Wang is drawing her life differently with her brush. Watching the sea at the beach is a ceremony to relieve Wei's homesick. She specialized in clothing design. After she fell in love and got married in Taiwan, she just found out that her husband's family is engaged in farming. She suddenly worked in the farm. She realized that it's not the life she wants. After discussing with her husband, she went to attend the lesson again and got level C beauty certificate and learned artisanal art. These years, she loves the drifting wood in the sea. She brought some home and take care of them carefully and now become beautiful decorations. She said the drifting wood, even they are in disastrous status, they are still very elegant and very brave. This is her realization to life. Because myself like sea and I like driftwood, when I get homesick, sometimes I will get here alone. Sometimes with my friends, I just watch the sea, thinking about my family, and think about the happy days of my childhood, and I will bring back some driftwood that I like. As long as she have time, Wei will come to watch the sea at the beach because it's a way to relieve her homesick. I remember that one of my friends took me to the general harbor because I told him I was bored. He said okay and let's talk and walk in the beach. I was very happy. Myself love sea and I could come here. I'm so excited, you know. There are many driftwoods I never saw in China. The reason I like drifting woods is because I drift from China to here too. We are like drifting in the sea. Woods on the sea is just like her story. Wei says that although her country, Guangxi Luzhou, doesn't depend on the sea, here's the closest place she could watch her hometown from long distance. This is made by bamboo. Later, we can put a beautiful orchard here. Those two fell down? Why did I pick up this? Because it looks quite special. It is made by bamboo. After the wind and rains, although it had become incomplete, but it has the incomplete beauty, and I was thinking, I placed a beautiful orchard here. Two of them fell down. It's simple and beautiful. You can hang on the wall or place it on the floor. Being in Taiwan for about 10 years, in recent 5 years, Wei brings the driftwood back home and arranges them carefully and become the most beautiful decoration. See this, though going through wind and rain, hardship it went through, it's just like being out in the society, work hard for so long. Hardship it went through, it has his weight straight, is still very brave and elegant. Place on the flowers is still elegant. The work is just like a mirror reflecting Wei's life encounter, and also relieving her homesick. I like this feeling, although it's like a penguin, but it looks a bit like the duck. Looks silly, just like my childhood in my father's home. He kept a lot of duck. So it reminds me of my hometown. My father, when I saw this, I was really happy. Later, I think about my grandfather in China. My grandfather in my childhood, he smokes this kind of water pipe. Here is big. It's very hard to smoke. When I was little, I tried to smoke it secretly, and here's the place to roll tobacco, and here's the place to hold water, just smoking like this. I was choked badly, and thinking how nice my grandpa treated me when I was little. Well, since she was young, she loved to be beautiful. Wei learned clothing design when she was 27 years old. She left hometown to develop in Shenzhen, and she attended the beauty program there, moving forward to the fashion world. In fact, I can handle the simple makeup, but what really I pursued is to be the beautiful by makeup. And with a sight, the whole person will be new, just like a different person. Later, I went to the 10 advanced program because I learned clothing design before it was easy for me to learn, and I learned it well. Later, my teacher and principal kept me in school and offered the position of the teacher of beauty class. Wei opened a beauty shop in Shenzhen and met her husband, who traveled in Shenzhen. They were in a serious relationship and decided to get married. Speaking of this marriage, Wei said it's just like a sewing a wedding dress by herself in person for them. But no matter what I do, I will keep doing it until it's right. Like that night I was making it until 3 a.m. I was still making. After designing it, I cut the pattern. I saw them together directly. It's not like I tried to save money, I just wanted to make our wedding more meaningful. After all this, I want to do the wedding dress that I made, the clothes and paints and you wear, all handmade by me. Don't you think it's very sweet? After getting married and giving up everything in Shenzhen, she followed her husband to Taiwan. However, her husband's family is engaging in farming to raise another revolution in her head. I remember the first day I come to Taiwan. On the second day, my mother-in-law said that she wanted to take me to Puzi, and she speaks Taiwanese because I didn't understand too well. I said, where? She told me that just follow me. I went with her to Puzi, and she took me to a shop selling farming supplies like hat and gloves. I think because I'm married to my husband, I knew it. She told me that he is engaged in farming. Okay, I just brought those supplies obediently and go farming with him. Last year, this time about 60 boxes are collected. Today only 5 boxes are collected. She has the adventurous spirit. Wei, without a second word, started her farming life. Oh, the beautiful ones are eaten by birds. I'm curious. I'm really curious. I want to try everything. So on the second day, very early, so that time it's okay. It wasn't too busy. I went out around 9 o'clock and came back in the noon. I thought it was okay, just like hang out at the farm. Because she never worked in the farm before. However, the farming works a day after a day. Wei understands the hardness of farmers. I'm so tired. I've never been so tired before. It's sunny outside. The weather is not bad. It's quite fun, but it's unbearable when it's hot, especially when eating lunch. Feel like sleepy. Sleep in the dirty floor, don't care just because it's my husband's job. Where the needle goes, the thread follows. I should say I have been supportive for him silently, work with him for quite a long time. Like this year, it's fast. Only took me an hour. I'll collect it all. It's more troublesome to cut the leaves. Like some leaves, pull out the buds, it takes time and energy. I did those already. These, it's fast for me to pull out directly with my friends. Farming 5 years, become more and more far from the one who loved pretty things. Wei suddenly realized this is not the life she wants. After I worked in the farm with him, it's sunny outside. No matter how you do the sunburn protection, I get a lot of spots on my face. My skin was very good before. Now both sides have a lot of spots. I just thought that I told my husband that this doesn't work. No matter how much money you made, even you gave $1 million, I couldn't remove the spots on my face. I still want to do the beauty business. To what I do, what should I do in this countryside? Actually, I got middle certificate from China already. I can't use that in Taiwan. I think that won't do. I have to get it. To get back the position skills in Taiwan, Wei went to 3 months lessons, passing the test, got level C certificate, and attended the program of mobile motivation, and got a bridal makeup artist. And all these efforts she made, finally, her last year, she fulfilled her dream. When I opened this shop, my classmates helped me a lot. They provide me some ideas and plans, especially Mom. She designed the name card for me. She designed it beautifully, and she taught me how to promote and how to use those social media website and apps. At first, the business didn't go so well. Gradually, I made friends with my customers. Every customer came, if she introduced one another friend to her, I will provide 20 minutes service. If she could introduce 3 minutes to here, she'll get 60 minutes, which she'll get an hour free service. Everyone's happy too. Starting all over again, she did that very good. With her growth, with her age, and her life experience, we have 3 views of beauty. At first, I thought, Yacht is my capital. Later, with growth of my ages, I even think that I know beauty and makeup, and some beauties you can just make it. I remember there was one time when we went to Xiamen. A tour guide took us there drinking tea. Those ladies are so pretty, wearing the cheongsam, sitting there elegantly, just pouring the tea gently. She described it flows like the mountains. The sound is so lovely, lasted very long. I just love it. Originally, I thought I would just taste and leave, and in the end, I was reluctant to leave and stay there watching her making tea. Also, to understand the kind of beauty, you can find it from the looks. So Wei started to learn the art of teaism, to plant the seed of beauty into her heart. See the colors, then the fragrance, the taste. There are 3 ways included in teaism. The first is the art of tea, the environment of tea, and the manner of tea. What is the art of tea? The art of tea is originated from the Song Dynasty in China and passed to Japan. And the environment of tea focuses on painting and flower arrangement and dancing. And blending is the tea, and the manner of the tea is the basic of politeness of tea. After getting in touch with teaism, she just realized that just drinking a cup of tea has such deep knowledge. You can see there, some elders make that tea, a big teapot, pouring some tea leaves and cover the lid. Okay, it doesn't move, just like this. After it drips fully, everyone can taste it. It's a big ball, not like our tiny balls, very gentle. It takes 3 sips for a cup of tea. Taste it slowly. After knowing how to taste, among Wei's movement, more beautiful and elegant, understand more about life. Drinking with big mouth is bull drink. Small drink is tasting. We have to slow down our pace. Stepping on ground. I think walking like this would make tomorrow better. Wei loves to make herself beautiful. From the drifting wood, she knows how to admire herself. After owning a beauty business in Taiwan, she understands more about how to develop her inner beauty, the life with both inside and outside. Thank you for watching Taiwan is My Home today. I'm Liao Fangjie. See you next time.